So we've got our notes on inequalities. Guys, the only way to get this right is to actually be able to read out the inequality. You got to be able to say, is it greater than, less than?
Equal to.
Well, none of these are just equal to, but it's greater than, less than, or equal to. The first thing I need you to do, make sure your name's on your paper. That's a given. And then whenever we graph our inequalities, we're going to end up putting a little dot on the line, you know, to place a marker or a point on the graph. If the number is included, see how this says x is greater than or equal to, we're going to color it in. So guys, go ahead and color in this first one.
It's hot.
And when we don't include the number, we leave it open. So this is x is less than some number. So we're just leaving it open. So if it includes with that equal bar, we're going to color it in. So let's go through, and we have to write it as we say it. X is less than 3. So whenever I write this in symbols, I have x. X is less than. So less than 3. Now I know we've talked about equalities all the way through elementary school and up, but it's when we get to the point of graphing them that things get a little wild. So let's graph this out. And all graphing means, because it's like, oh my gosh, I'm going to graph it, yeah. All we're doing is we're going to draw a line. Okay, we're drawing a line. We're going to put right in the center what our answer would be. So what number did we end up with? We have 3. So this is going to be a 3. Does this include, is this equal to 3 or just 3? It's x is less than 3, so I have an open circle. And I'm going to put that's 2, this is 4. Do you agree with that on a number line that this would go, you know, 2, 3, 4?
I thought it was 0.
Well, that's a good question. This is not 0. Okay, right. But whenever I make the graph, I'm in charge. And I'm going to make the middle indicator, or this little tick mark, always be whatever x is. Because I don't want to have a mile-long paper, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you know. Because what if my answer is x is less than 20? Do I want to do 20 tick marks? No, that would stink. So I'm just going to stick with my answer for x is always going to be that middle tick mark when I make my graph. Now the big question. This is where things get crazy. X is less than 3. Which way would my line go on my graph?
The left.
So it's going to go to the left. Now let's see if this is true. Could I replace 2 over here? Is 2 less than 3? Yeah, so that works out. What if I went the other direction? Is 4 less than 3? No. So I'm going to be coloring it in dark and showing. So seriously, math is just putting numbers to a picture. Here's our picture. I've graphed that x is less than 3. It's not super pretty, but it is what it is.
Yeah, dude.
Let's take a look at the next one. X is greater than -2. So I'm going to write it as I read it. X is greater than negative 2.
No.
Now we're going to graph it. What would my middle tick mark be? You could say it louder.
-2.
All right, so my middle tick mark's negative 2. What would the tick marks on either side be? What would this one be?
-1.
Yes, negative 1. What would this one be?
What about our circle?
-3.
Negative 3.
What about
All right, good. You want to, the next part would be putting in our circle. So, is our circle going to be open or
Filled.
closed?
Closed.
Let's check again. X is greater than negative 2.
Open.
It's open because it doesn't include the number X. It's just, so it's open. Which direction does it go?
To the right.
Okay, so you're saying to the right. Let's plug this in. Is negative 1 greater than negative 2?
No.
No.
I meant to the left.
Actually, guys, think about it. Negative 1. Do you
Yes,
want to
it
be
is.
in the whole $1 or in the whole $2?
You did it wrong.
Okay, so it
Well-
goes this way.
I thought I was getting it wrong. I was trying to correct myself.
I know, but when we plug it in, that's why number sense is so difficult, because we have to wrap our mind around negative numbers in 7th grade. Yes, sir.
I'm better than
But you're getting better.
that. That's my second question I got wrong on the recording.
Here we go. On the next one, x is less than or equal to 4. I start off x is less than or equal to 4. That's a lot of writing to just mean this. We have the less than sign and then the equal to underneath.
That reminds me of a Z.
Mm-hmm.
Put the 4 in the middle.
Okay, so we're ready to graph it. Thank you so much. We're going to draw our line. Our middle tick mark is a 4. So what goes before and after it?
3, 4, 5. 3 is
3,
on
4, 5. Excellent.
Good job, Nate.
Now,
What type of circle? Open.
what type of circle? Open or
the
closed?
left. Close.
It's closed because it does include it. It's equal to it. And then our next tricky part is which way do we draw the line?
Right. No, the left.
Left. No, just yes.
Well, we have to, let's plug this in.
What
Let's
is
see,
equal to?
is 3 less than or equal to 4?
Yes.
Yes.
Is 5 less
No.
than? No. So it's going to go this way.
Why is everything going to the left?
It's not. That one went to the right.
Well, I'm bilingual.
The first one.
Okay, the last one. X is greater than or equal to 1. So I have x is greater than or equal to 1.
Okay.
I know this. Put
Put the 1 in the middle.
Okay, we're going to draw our line.
Then
One.
2, 3.
Then, no. 0 and 2.
Oh,
2, 3.
And so you're going to put a 2 on this side? I was right.
Congratulations, your first time. I'm just kidding.
okay, is this an open or closed circle? Go back to your notes.
Close.
If we include the number, then we are going to close it up. It's a close. Because it's also equal to. Now, which direction does this go? We could plug it in. 0 is greater than or equal to 1.
Oh, no.
Is 0 greater than or equal to
No.
1? No. Is 2
Yes.
greater than or equal to
To the
1?
right.
So now that we've graphed, these are very straightforward words that describe these inequalities. Now we're going to get into stuff that you're going to see in more of a word problem situation. So we've got $20 to go to the movies. Okay? What if we said, at most, I need $20 to go to the movies? How would we write that?
20,
Greater than or
No.
equal to 20.
20 less than or equal to.
So X
30.
is less than or equal to
The heck?
20.
Because you can't go greater than.
At most, right, I can't go above 20. At the most, I need $20. That's how you ask your parents, you know, you really think you'll need probably $11 to do something, but you go ahead and you're like, it's easier to get a 20 spot. So you're like, at most, I need $20. So they can give you $20 back. Okay. So how would that look if we're graphing it? Let's graph it. We draw our line. We're doing the same thing. What number goes in the middle? 20. What goes before?
19, 18.
And after?
21.
21.
Miss Myers, I'm just.
It's okay. You're thinking along the right lines though. And that's what we have to break, that habit of making our line
It's going to be a close circle.
include all the numbers. We just want the numbers right at it.
It's going to be a close circle.
So it's equal to it. It's going to be a closed circle. Now which direction will it go?
Left.
Going to the left. Very good.
Thanks.
Because, let's plug it in, 19 is less than 20. Yep. 21 is less than 20. Nope. All right, another terminology you'll see is no more than.
$20.
So no more than $20. What would that look like?
X
X
less
than
than
or
or.
equal to 20.
Well, we can't keep doing that though.
We can,
Equal to 20. Why can't you just put X equal to 20?
because it's not, we didn't say X is equal to 20. We're saying that there's no more than $20. No more than 20.
We're going to keep doing the same expression over and over.
Not exactly.
The circle's
Let's
gonna be
graph
closed.
it. Oop, I wrote that wrong. So, is this open or closed?
Open. I mean closed. My bad.
Closed.
Sorry.
Okay, that's all right.
I had it.
Now, the reason why these are in your notes, or this verbiage is going to be
Verbiage.
the verbiage, which means this wording is going to be on quizzes, tests, that kind of stuff.
And it goes to.
What about at least $20?
At least.
I need at least $20.
No more than 20. X equals.
I'm not at no more. I'm at least. I need at least $20.
X is less than 20.
X is less than 20?
X equals less than 20.
At
X is
least.
greater.
So could I use more than 20?
Equals.
X is greater than 20.
X is greater than or equal to 20. Because maybe I need $22, but the least I need is 20. And let's graph that.
19, 21. Be a close circle.
Okay, closed circle. Which
Yeah,
direction am I going?
right.
I'm going to the right because 21 is greater than 20. I'm going this way. Only 2 more to do. No less than $20. What would that look like?
X is greater than or equal to 20.
Yep. So it's the same thing. Closed circle. What would more than $20 to go to the movies look like?
Greater than.
Well, we don't
X
So I need more than 20, so it's x is greater than 20.
It would be an open circle,
So an open circle, since it's not equal to,
then it would go to the left, or right, my bad.
so open to the right. Okay, good deal.